So here's the lesson for 1.3. We're going to start with a bell ringer, so please pause the video and do these 6 bell ringers, and then unpause when you're done, and I will go through how to do them. So I'm going to go ahead and run through these. Number 1, you're distributing the 5 to both terms, so this is 5 times u, which is 5u, 5 times negative 5, which is negative 25. Number 2, 17 times 2, which is 34, and 17 times a positive n is going to be 17n. Negative 5 times e is negative 5e. Negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20. Number 4, negative 3 times t is negative 3t. Negative 3 times positive 7 is negative 21. 4 times v is 4v. 4 times negative 6 is negative 24. Number 6, 4 times a is 4a. 4 times 5 is positive 20. And that's how you do the bell ringers using the distributive property. Let's start on 1.3. So in today's lesson, we're dealing with what do you do when you have variables on two sides of the equal sign. So in this first example, you can see that we've got negative 4x here, and over here we've got negative 9x. But this isn't that big of a deal. We're just going to be using our inverses. Remember, the inverses are, the inverse of addition is subtraction. The inverse of multiplication is division. And the inverse of division is multiplication. And so these are the ones that we're using right now. There are other inverses, but these are the main ones that we're going to use. So just the inverse of addition is subtraction, the inverse of subtraction is addition, the inverse of multiplication is division, the inverse of division is multiplication. And so we're going to be doing that, and what we're going to do is we're going to move the variable on one side or the other. And so if we look at this first example, we've got 10 minus 4x equals negative 9x. And so what we're going to do is we're going to move this variable on the other side. And the way that we do that is the inverse. So the inverse of negative 4x is adding 4x to both sides. Now I have 10 is equal to negative 5x. And then instead of multiplying by negative 5, right, we're using this inverse here. Instead of multiplying by negative 5, we're going to divide by negative 5. If you do it to one side, you got to do it to the other side. And so what we get here is 10 divided by negative 5 would be negative 2. So if you wanted to check it, it would be 10 minus 4 times negative 2 is equal to negative 9 times negative 2. So we've got 4 times negative 2. We've got 10 minus 4 times negative 2 would be negative 8. And whenever we see subtract a negative, we know that's the same as plus, so we're going to change that to plus. Negative 9 times negative 2 is positive 18. So we get 18 is equal to 18. Let's do another example like this. This one is not in your notes, so if you look at your notes right above section 1.3, there's some extra space. So I would write this one up there. Boy, that's really blurry. So I've written out what I think it is. 5p equals 24 minus 3p. And so what I'm going to try and do is get the variables on the same side. Now you have some options here. One of the options is you could minus 5p from both sides, and that would be, negative 8p on this side. But then you don't have anything on this side. And so the easiest way to solve this one is to add 3p. So a lot of times when you look at a problem, you might want to say, what's my easiest route? So I'm going to add 3p to both sides. That gives me 24 is equal to 8p. Divide both sides by 8. P is equal to 3. And you could check it. You would have 5 times 3 is equal to 24 minus 3 times 3. So 5 times 3 is 15, is equal to 24 minus 9. You would get 15 is equal to 15. And so we got that one right. Let's look at the next example. Alright, so we've got 3 parentheses 3x minus 4 equals 1/4 parentheses 32x plus 56. So now we've got some distribution we have to do. So let's start on the left side. 3 times 3x would be 9x. 3 times negative 4 would be minus 12. Now that looks pretty easy. On the right hand side, we're going to have to distribute a 4, which means this is the same as dividing by 4. So I'm just going to do this because it might be easier for us to see. We have 32 divided by 4, which is going to be 8. So basically 1/4 of 32 is 8x. And then 1/4 of 56, or 56 divided by 4, is 14, I believe. Let's see, 1. Yeah, I get 14. And now we're going to get the exponents on the same side. Here's another tip. If you look here at what we have, I've got a 9x and an 8x. So I could minus 9x from both sides, but that'll give me a negative exponent. It's always shorter work if you can end with a positive variable. So I'm going to minus 8x from both sides. That's going to give me x minus 12 is equal to 14. Now I'm going to add 12 to both sides. That's going to give me x is equal to 26. X is equal to 26. Now, it doesn't say to check this one, but if you wanted to check it, you could. You would just plug it in for the x variables and use order of operations. But we're not going to check this one. Boy, these are really blurry, so I'm going to rewrite it. It's 2 times 3n minus 4 is equal to 0.5 times 10 minus n. And once again, this one is not in your notes. But please, if you can find some room, this is a good one to have in your notes. So try and find some room, or just do it on a notebook piece of paper. The more examples you have, the more help you have on your homework. So we're going to start out by distributing. So 2 times 3n would be 6n. 2 times negative 4 would be negative 8 equals. So on this side, we're multiplying by a half, or we're taking half. So what's half of 10? Half of 10 is 5. And then what's half of negative n? That would be negative half n. Or if you wanted to write that as a decimal, you could write it as a decimal too. But I'm going to leave it as a fraction. Now, we want to get the variables on the same side. So should we minus 6n, or should we add a half? Well, if we minus 6n, we'd end up with a negative, right, variable. So I'm going to add a half to both sides. So I'm just going to add 1/2 n, add 1/2 n. So this gives me 6.5 n, take away 8, is equal to 5. Now, how do I get rid of this minus 8? We're going to do the inverse, which is adding 8 to both sides. 6.5 n is going to be equal to 13, right? And then instead of multiplying by 6.5, we're going to divide by 6.5. And so this is going to give us n is equal to 13 divided by 6.5 is positive 2. Alright, we've got 3 here. What I'd like you to do is pause the video and think of these as kind of like an exit ticket to see if you understand what's going on. Try and do these 3 and then unpause it so that you can see how to do it, and I'll go through each one. So if we look at number 1, I have the option of adding 2x to both sides, or I could minus 3x, and in this case I'm going to minus 3x. And that gives me negative 5x is equal to 10. Then I'm going to divide by negative 5 on both sides. X is going to be equal to negative 2. Now, it does say to check your answers, so we're going to do that. We've got negative 2 times negative 2, so I'm just plugging in negative 2 for x, is equal to 3 times negative 2 plus 10. Negative 2 times negative 2. Negative times a negative is positive, so I got 4 is equal to 3 times negative 2, which is negative 6, plus 10. I get 4 is equal to 4. My check is true, so I know my answer is true. Alright, let me clean this up a little bit. And I'm going to switch pens. Alright. Number 2, I'm going to distribute a half. So half of 6h, half of 6h is 3h. Half of negative 4 is negative 2. Equals negative 5h plus 1. Now, to get my variables all on one side, I could add 5h or I could minus 3h. If I minus 3h, I'd end up with a negative over here. But if I add 5h, I'm going to end up with a positive. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to add 5h. Now, you could do it the other way. The other way is not wrong. I just think this is just a little bit faster. So I've got 8h minus 2 is equal to 1. And then I'm going to add 2 to both sides. 8h is equal to 3. And then I'm going to divide by 8 on both sides. I get h is equal to 3/8 as a fraction. I am going to check this, so this is how I would check it. Let me erase this. It doesn't erase very quick. So one thing we can do is, if we want to check it, instead of taking it all the way back to the beginning, we can go to after we distribute it. So that's where I'm going to go. So I've got 3 times 3/8 minus 2 is equal to negative 5. Negative 5 times 3/8 plus 1. So I've got 3 times 3/8. So 3 times 3/8, I'm going to make that a fraction. 3 times 3/8 would be 9/8 minus 2 is equal to negative 5 times 3/8 is going to be negative, make that a fraction, would be negative 15/8 plus 1. So I'm going to change some of these into mixed numbers. So 9/8 is 1 1/8 minus 2. So if I have 1 1/8 and I minus 2, I get 7/8. And then negative 15/8 is going to be 1 and negative 1 and 7/8 plus 1. Negative 1 and 7/8 plus 1 is 7/8. So my check turned out to be good. Let's take a look at the last one. Alright, so I've got negative 3/4 times 8n plus 12 equals 3n minus 3. So negative 3/4. So I'm just going to make a little cheat area. Negative 3/4 times 8. Make that a fraction. Cross canceling, I can say 4 goes into 4 once, 4 goes into 8 twice. Multiplying straight across, I get negative 6. So negative 3/4 times 8 is negative 6. And then I have negative 3/4 times 12. Make that a fraction. Cross canceling, 4 goes into 4 once, 4 goes into 12 3 times. Negative 3 times 3 gives me negative 9 equals 3. Oh, I didn't do that right. Now we got to distribute. 3 times n is 3n. 3 times negative 3 would be negative 9. Alright, so now it looks way better without the fraction. So I could add 6n or I could minus 3n from either side, right? I could add 6n to both sides or I could minus 3n. What do we want to do? Let's add 6n. So I got plus 6n plus 6n. That's going to give me negative 9 is equal to 9n minus 9. And then I'm going to add 9 to both sides. That goes away, that goes away. I get 0 equals 9n. If I divided both sides by 9, 0 divided by anything is 0. N is equal to 0. So we have to check this. So let me just take a look. Where can we check this? Let's do it here. After our distribution, negative 6 times 0 is 0. Negative 6 times 0 is 0. 0 take away 9 is negative 9. 3 times 0 is 0. 0 take away 9 is negative 9. My check works. My answer is correct. Kind of nasty ones there with the fractions. So what I would like you to do is go on to Big Ideas and start your homework for tonight. And good luck. If you have any questions, make sure you ask.